Everyone's raving about Greek yogurt.
It's rich taste, it's thick texture.
But are you eating the real thing?
Look at how liquidy this is.
We pick out the imposters in our Food Truth series.
What a head fake.
Plus, we have your shopper's guide to the best Greek yogurt out there.
How do you know if you're getting the real stuff?
And the new carb to turn off your hunger switch.
You crave less foods and you store less fat in your body.
Coming up next.
We'll save lives today.
You guys ready to get healthy?
Welcome to the show. It is no secret that I love Greek yogurt. I mean, really adore it. I have a bowl of Greek yogurt every day as part of my morning routine, and there are no exceptions. And since we started the show, the Greek yogurt market has exploded. But what upsets me the most is when the labeling can mislead you into believing you're having real Greek yogurt when you're not. So today we're investigating claims some yogurts are making. Are they really Greek? And do they have the protein and nutrients they claim? Then we've got the new noodles on the grocery store shelves that you need to know about, and the healthy noodle swaps for your favorite pasta. And then my good friend and core team expert, Mark Hyman, is here to give you revolutionary new approaches that allow you to turn off, literally off, your hunger switch so you can finally shed the pounds. So let's get started with our investigation. When we started the show, Greek yogurt was hard to find. But now it accounts for roughly half of all yogurt sales in this country. But buyer beware. Not all Greek yogurt is what it claims to be. In fact, you may not be getting authentic Greek yogurt at all. Today, a Food Truth investigation into the yogurt America is obsessed with. I sent core team expert and award-winning food journalist Mark Shasker to find out more about what's really in your Greek yogurt.
There's a lot to love about Greek yogurt. Its rich taste, its thick texture, the fact that it has almost twice as much protein as regular yogurt. It's no wonder America's fallen hard for this stuff. Walk into any grocery store and you'll see Greek yogurt has taken over the dairy aisle. It's now a $2.5 billion market. But are some yogurts pretending to be healthier than they actually are? And how do you know if the Greek yogurt that you're buying is the real thing? To get some answers, I visited Culture, a small but hugely popular yogurt company in New York City where owners Gino and Jenny Amorati make all of their Greek yogurt in-house. Let's start with the basics. What's yogurt?
Yogurt is milk that's been warmed up and then had good bacteria added, after which you get yogurt.
Okay, so what's Greek yogurt?
Greek yogurt is your regular yogurt that you've taken and strained off all the liquid. And what you're left with is a thicker, richer, creamier, protein-packed yogurt.
Regular yogurt has so much liquid in it, you can actually pour it. Greek yogurt has the liquid removed. This stuff won't budge. Vendors can't keep enough Greek yogurt on the shelves to satisfy demand, but its popularity is starting to cause some problems.
There are companies out there selling Greek yogurt, but they're not straining it the way we are. They're just adding thickeners and calling it Greek yogurt, and that's not the same thing.
And because there's no government labeling requirement for Greek yogurt, anyone can call their yogurt Greek. I can stir some of this powdered thickener into regular yogurt, and presto, suddenly I can call this Greek yogurt. To see how all the different Greek yogurts stacked up, I bought dozens of them. 8 grams of sugar. This one has 18 grams of sugar. And then had them tested by IEH Lab in Seattle, Washington. Today, we're revealing what's inside your favorite Greek yogurt and whether it's really Greek.
So Marcus here, and he uncovered there isn't regulation of what can be called Greek yogurt in this country, so you found lots of imposters.
Lots of imposters. And here's the thing, even though companies are suing each other over who's got the healthiest Greek yogurt, there's no legal definition. But what people are generally talking about by Greek yogurt is strained yogurt. And it's not just Greece. As you know, they eat strained yogurt in Turkey.
Very proudly.
All over the world. Yeah, it's not just America that loves strained yogurt. And you can see the difference right here. This is regular yogurt.
And I'll grab some Greek yogurt or strained yogurt.
Look at how liquidy this is. It's just a huge difference. But the problem is some companies are cheating to make a product that looks like that, but isn't the real deal.
Let's talk about how you make traditional strained yogurt, Greek yogurt, and why is it so vital to the way that we might actually gain health?
So this is regular yogurt. The way you make this is you take milk and you add a live yogurt culture to it. You get regular yogurt. Greek yogurt, you start with regular yogurt, but you get rid of the liquid. This liquid that I'm pouring off is whey. Sometimes you see that when you open up a container of regular yogurt. What's that liquid on top? It's whey. Now what's in there? There's sugar and there's carbs. So when you get rid of the whey, you're left with a yogurt that's not only thicker and richer tasting, it's higher in protein.
Yeah.
And this is a big deal. It's like a double whammy. You're getting higher protein, better tasting yogurt, but it does come at a cost. It can take up to 4 cups of milk to make a single cup of Greek yogurt, 1 cup to make regular yogurt.
So it's interesting. You would think there would be a huge price difference. And we actually looked around, and Greek yogurt's roughly twice the price of regular yogurt. Although, as you point out, you have to use 4 times more milk to make it.
That's right. So it's actually a good deal. People think it's more expensive. You're actually getting a good deal.
So I would think because they have to be price competitive, folks probably cheat the system. What are the shortcuts they use?
So what they want to do is they want to make something that looks like this, but only use that much milk. So they start adding stuff. They add things like cornstarch and gelatin. They add milk protein concentrate or whey protein concentrate to make a yogurt that looks Greek, doesn't really taste Greek, and certainly is not Greek. So these are the tip-offs. Look on the label for Greek-style yogurt. That's often a tip-off.
Oh, what a head fake.
I know. Yeah, you gotta be an expert to see through.
And there's
it, right?
no taste of this stuff. You would never know if it was in there.
It just changes the texture, and they just try to amp up the protein content a bit by adding this, but it doesn't really work. So what you need to look at is the nutritional label, because even when you add these protein concentrates, you can't get the protein up. So for example, we found one Greek yogurt that had added cornstarch. It only had 11 grams of protein versus an authentic Greek yogurt that had 18. That's a really big difference.
That's the whole reason I eat Greek yogurt in the morning, actually, because it gives me that protein. You know, the day off diet, we focus on that. You ask people who keep their weight low, that's what they often do. That's that little cup of Greek yogurt that I have has 20 grams in it. To get half the amount of protein would make it not valuable.
And by adding cornstarch, you're actually adding carbs. So it's really going in the wrong direction, and that's why it's a big deal.
All right. There are also probiotics, and I know you did a lot of research, and thank you for doing this. You're so good with these Food Truth programs. So you sent the samples out to Oregon, I guess.
To Washington.
Washington. What did they find?
The results, we really didn't, they were crazy. They were all over the place. First of all, it didn't matter if a yogurt was Greek or not. That didn't seem to have an effect on the level of probiotic cultures.
It didn't?
No, it did not. The other thing is the results were all over the map. Some yogurts had as little as 500 bacteria per gram. Some were as high as 36 million. Think about that. 500 versus 36 million. That's crazy.
And they're both called yogurt.
And they're both called yogurt. And people are thinking they're getting these benefits.
Just like other things we've talked about have gotten popular, kale as an example. There are all kinds of other snack foods now that are capitalizing on the Greek yogurt idea. Here's some Greek yogurt pretzels. You think they're good for you guys? Cranberry. Here, hold those if you don't mind, so don't fall over. Here's one. Greek yogurt granola bars. What do you think of these?
Okay, what we're seeing here is companies that are trying to hijack the health halo of Greek yogurt. What they typically do is put in a little bit of Greek yogurt powder, and then they splash Greek yogurt all over the packaging, and people buy it thinking they're getting the health benefits. But this ingredient label tells the real story. Right up at the top, you see the usual suspects: refined carbs, sugar. Way down in the middle, you see a little bit of Greek yogurt powder. So this just is not the same as Greek yogurt. Yeah. Don't be fooled by it.
And that's for the granola bars. That's actually the real label. And what about Greek frozen yogurt, which I'm seeing a lot of now, and it tastes so sweet.
It can be really good. The Greek yogurt I had at Culture, the frozen yogurt, was unbelievable. Here's the thing you got to remember. Greek frozen yogurt is a treat. It's got a lot of sugar in it. It doesn't have as much protein. It's better than ice cream, so have it on a Saturday afternoon. Do not have Greek frozen yogurt every morning for breakfast.
All right. Now that you know that, the real issue you got to address is how do you find the best Greek yogurt? When we come back, the consumer's guide to doing just that.
Coming up next, Mark is back with an easy way to help you find the best, most authentic Greek yogurt in the supermarket.
Look for these 2 ingredients. That's what makes Greek yogurt Greek.
Plus, we're going to show you how everyone can make it right at home. Coming up next.
Charlie is back.
There were some reports that you sent angry texts, made some comments that were a little alarming for me to hear.
Is he ready to face his truth?
According to Denise, you said, I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to kill your mom. I'm concerned as a father and a husband.
Was it a manic episode or a man on the edge?
It's claimed that you said it.
All New Oz.
What do you want to say to set the record straight about Denise and your kids?
Tomorrow on Dr. Oz.
Talking about America's favorite yogurt, Greek yogurt. Now, our Food Truth investigation revealed that you may be getting faked out at the grocery store with yogurts that aren't traditionally Greek. They're not really strained. And those imposters can contain less protein than you think. Core team expert Mark Shasker is back. He's here with a consumer's guide to the best, most authentic Greek yogurt. How are you going to do it the right way? So without going off the grease, how do you know if you're getting the real stuff?
So look at the ingredient label. Look for these two ingredients. Ideally, that's all you see. Milk and live, active yogurt culture. That's what makes Greek yogurt Greek.
Yeah, it doesn't get any simpler than that, folks. Watch out for the head fakes.
And keep an eye out for those additives we talked about, gelatin, cornstarch. But the other thing is sugar. We talked about getting rid of the carbs in Greek yogurt. Well, if you're adding a whole ton of sugar, you're adding a whole ton of carbs. What a lot of people don't realize is that some sweetened yogurts have as much sugar as 2 donuts. That's a ton of sugar.
And you think it's healthy. That's what really bothers me.
That's right. People think that's healthy. So if you're going for health, the best is plain and unsweetened.
Well, I mean, the reason they go for the donuts, obviously, is because they want it to be sweet.
Yeah.
Plain unsweetened isn't sweet. So what do you do?
A lot of people aren't used to it. That's a good question. So I get this question, what if I don't like plain yogurt? My kids don't. So here's what I do. This is a great tip for anyone who's not accustomed to plain yogurt, or especially kids, is you just mix them. I don't want to give my kids a really, really sweet yogurt because they're just getting way too much sugar. Yeah. I can't get them to eat this stuff, so what do? I take a spoon of this. I take a spoon of this. And you develop a taste for it. It's not going to happen overnight, so this is a good way to transition. And eventually, then you go back and taste one of these, and you're like, I can't believe I was eating that. It's like a dessert. It's not a breakfast, that's for sure.
And help me with this big issue of the percentage of fat. People think that they're doing themselves a favor with 0% fat yogurt.
It was drilled into us for so many years, fat is bad, fat is bad. I don't agree with that. I eat full-fat Greek yogurt. I think it's more satisfying. Maybe go for 2%. I would say steer clear of the no-fat stuff.
See, they're all smiling now. Because you'll eat it because if it tastes good, you'll do it. Plus, it happens to be better for you, which is frankly how a lot of healthy foods are making themselves known these days. And what about protein? You mentioned earlier, what you were finding in your study, but what's your threshold in your guide?
I would say look for a minimum of 12 grams of protein, but ideally 18 grams. That's when you know you're into authentic territory.
All right, so we're going to audit what we're saying today with the world expert. I've asked acclaimed chef Maria Loy, who grew up in Greece and has the strictest standards for Greek yogurt I've ever seen. She's here. And she's going to show us how to make yogurt with the 2 ingredients Mark mentioned. Welcome.
Thank you.
I have a picture of you when you were growing up, by the way.
Oh, my
as
God.
a little girl. You're cute as can be.
Oh, thank you.
Did you love yogurt when you were growing up in Greece?
Oh, my God. I grew up with yogurt. The only thing that I remember in front of me, it was a bowl of yogurt, just Greek yogurt all over.
All right, so show us how you make this yogurt. Everyone can do this at home. It'll save you a lot of money. And I'm going to audit what you're saying because I grew up, my parents live in Turkey, doing this too. Let's see which one is better.
We have the same habits, but maybe Greek is better.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. Yeah, all right, yes, don't worry. So here we have the milk that we have already, boiled and up to 195 Fahrenheit. And you can have a thermometer, but I will show you how we do in Greece.
Okay.
All right? If you don't have a thermometer, you put your pinky in there. Sorry, I wash my hands, okay? And you count up to 20. If it's hot, you have to cool it down.
Okay, so now you don't need the thermometer. You got the temperature of the milk. Then what do you do?
And then you take the yogurt, because you need yogurt to make yogurt. So you put it in there, and then you leave it over there, and you cover it. Yeah. You love it. Now it's going like you make love, not you, the yogurt.
Theoretically.
Okay? So, yeah, theoretically. So the 2 bacteria, that's what they do. They do make love in here and fry it.
Why are you covering it so much? I'm just curious. Why not just the 1 dish towel?
It has to keep warm, but not, like cold as it was before, but not too hot. But it's not too much.
So my father would take our winter jackets in order to slow down how it cools. And in the wintertime, we couldn't wear our winter jackets because they were wrapped around the yogurt.
Yeah.
And how many hours do you keep it?
Your pinky was warm. So
pinky was
matter,
warm.
Right?
It made up for it. Warm pinky, cold everything else.
And our hearts, they were warm, right?
How many hours?
So up to 6 hours, but don't move it. Don't shake it.
We would get,
nothing.
honestly, this is the one time I get spanked, is if I move the yogurt to taste it or too early. You can't touch it, and we would leave it for 12 hours. So it's somewhere between 6 and 12. You put it in the fridge.
Yes, after that in the fridge.
Yeah.
And then, you see, that's how you have. It's really, here is yogurt, really yogurt.
Yep.
But Greek yogurt, you have to strain it in order to make Greek yogurt.
Strained yogurt.
Yeah. And this is an authentic recipe for my family, you know, that I'm giving you.
You
and
see the water coming out there?
Look at this.
Isn't that cool?
See? Is it that?
That is sweet. Yeah, that's all the sugar coming out.
Yeah. So, is it great?
When you're done, it looks like this.
Yes.
And when you're really done,
yeah.
it looks like this.
You can open it. See, that's what it does. So let me cut this thing.
You can see how long it takes too. That's why a lot of companies don't want to do that, because it takes time is money.
I think you can stop it anywhere along the path you want and eat this yogurt. It's a wonderful way of getting it. We're going to put the recipe on DrOz.com. There's no reason for you to have to do this at home. It is so darn simple. Now with your finger and a couple jackets, you can make it happen. Print out our consumer's guide to the best Greek yogurt. Mark, thank you for all your investigations.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Next, noodles have gotten a bad rap over the years. Most are high in carbs, and overindulging can add inches to your waistline. But now there are healthier options.
There are so many amazing alternatives.
We're exploring the best new pastas on the shelf. That's next.
It is one of your favorite comfort foods, and mine. I'm talking about pasta. Nothing is more comforting and delicious in the winter than a hot steaming bowl. So this month in the Good Life magazine, we're covering the best in noodles. And today I'm taking you through the new healthier noodles for every different diet type. And joining me is the Meatball Shop's own noodle guru, Mike Chernow. Hi, Michael. How are you?
How are you? Good to see you.
We eat on average about 20 pounds, each of us, a year.
It's a lot.
So break it down for us. What are the pros and the cons?
Pros and cons. Here's the deal. Most pasta on the market today is made of durum wheat flour, right? Yeah. And it is super high in gluten. So the downside to that is that gluten potentially creates some bad bacteria in our gut and sort of brings us down a little bit. The pro of eating pasta is that there are so many amazing alternatives.
Okay, so let's move on. The first noodle is great for lowering the amount of carbs in the meal. That's the biggest pitfall. That's why so many folks are scared of the pasta.
Absolutely. Quinoa, the nice thing about quinoa is it is really a super grain, and it's a complex carbohydrate, right? So it releases slower into the bloodstream, spiking the blood sugar levels a lot less than a regular simple carbohydrate that quickly gets put into the bloodstream. I love quinoa pasta. I think it's delicious. We made a really nice mac salad here. So a little macaroni salad. It's a nice thing. Everybody loves macaroni salad on a Sunday barbecue. You could do it with quinoa pasta.
All right. The next bean is, I would say, it's black bean pasta, but it's really good if you want protein in your diet. Well, this is a great thing. If you can actually trade out the durum wheat carb-full pasta for something that's got black beans in it,
sure,
it's a good trade.
The nice thing about all these pastas as well is that they all have protein. They all have fiber, and they're all lower in calorie. So that's the great thing. Specifically about black bean pasta, it's super high in fiber, which actually makes you feel fuller, right? So you eat black bean pasta, the only ingredients in black bean pasta is black bean and water. So I think black bean pasta is a great alternative. It also looks really cool. What do you think?
I love this.
Can I get a high five?
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Talking about.
When you first put it in your mouth, it doesn't quite taste right, but I think it's better than pasta. It's not even the same, it's better.
I agree.
And it's got a little chewiness to it, like al dente.
Yep.
So what kind of dishes do you usually make with black bean pasta?
I mean, again, you can really sort of do anything. You can swap out your favorite pasta dish with any of these pastas. Here we have a really classic Italian dish that we all love eating pasta with, tomato sauce. I put a little green olives, a little parsley, a little Parmesan cheese on there, and you're good to go. All
right, come over here. This is actually great for a bunch of reasons because high protein is part of the day off diet. That's how you keep your appetite where it needs to be. All right, let's talk about folks who are worried about their blood sugar. And this is a solution that might help a lot of those folks. It's a chickpea pasta.
Chickpea pasta. Again, chickpea pasta, real high feature is fiber, right? This is a newer pasta to the market. It is really hot out there, actually. People are really, really eating the chickpea pasta. We made it with mac and cheese today. But chickpeas, again, high in fiber, high in protein, low in calorie, and there you have it.
You have a lot of healthy dishes at your restaurants. Give me a little secret that people might not know that you can reproducibly make healthier foods?
Seymour's is the latest restaurant I opened up, and what we do a dish there called the Real Deal. The Real Deal is you choose what kind of fish you'd like, you choose what kind of sauce you'd like, and we make 3 sides. We always have a vegetable, we always have a green, and we always have a starch. We always use an alternative to white flour starch in our starch. So we always use a quinoa, we always use, or some sort of an alternative like quinoa, chickpeas, black beans. We use really sort of anything. Sweet potatoes, a great alternative to starch. So, you know, this is the way we incorporate it into our restaurants and the way you guys can incorporate it into your homes.
So again, I've tasted them all for you. I could try to pass it out, but that's like giving you fish. I'd rather teach you how to fish. So to do that, we're gonna give you a bonus, a ton of bonus, pasta alternative recipes on DrOz.com, and there are a bunch in here in the magazine. For more information, choose the best noodle for you and your family. Pick up The Good Life this month. And you know what, everyone in the audience, so you know how to fish from now on, you're all going home with a copy of The Good Life. Take it out. Michael Chernow, you're the best. Take care. She got it.
Next, are we eating foods that are tricking us into feeling hungrier? Core expert Mark Hyman is here with a big breakthrough idea.
They're super fuels that boost your metabolism, they cut your hunger.
That 3-step strategy to turn off your hunger switch. Next.
Charlie is back.
There are some reports that you sent angry texts, a little alarming for me to hear.
Is he ready to face his truth?
According to Denise, you said, I'm going to kill you and I'm going to kill your mom.
All new Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow.
We're about to give you a revolutionary new approach that allows you to turn off your hunger switch so you can finally take off the pounds. So I asked our viewers to post exactly what hunger feels like. And these were some of the answers we got. One woman wrote back and she said, I feel like my empty stomach is a bottomless pit crying out. Have you felt that way sometimes? Just more and more, nothing seems to make a difference. Another said, I feel like I have no energy and I'm gonna pass out. It's the opposite of what happens in theory when you eat. And I'm drowning in cravings. One of the most common things I heard. Now this sounds like you and how you describe your hunger. You may need a plan to turn your hunger switch to off. So everybody, please welcome back to the show my good friend and core expert, Dr. Mark Hyman. Thank you, my friend. How's it going? I love what you're doing with this. So let's start from the very beginning. Most of us are driven to eat because we need nutrients, right? But a lot of the foods in the modern world gives us exactly those cravings folks were talking about. Why does it switch the hunger on?
So most diets, focus on eating less and exercising more. That's what we've all been told. But the truth is that it's not fat that makes you fat. It's actually sugar and refined carbs because they turn on the hunger switch.
Okay, so the big idea is to focus less on the amount and more on the foods. Is that, am I getting it right?
Absolutely.
All right, come on back here. So we're gonna talk about the hunger highway. All of these roads in our bodies lead to hunger. They lead to empty stomach feeling, the low energy one of the women wrote about, the cravings we heard about. The latest research again focuses that it's not how much we're eating, it's the food specifically. So let's go through this. If you eat carbohydrates, for example, like a piece of bread, right, some grains, what happens, this hole opens and the hunger highway, it's open and all roads lead to the problems you talked about earlier. The hormones are changed in a way you don't want, and because of that, and you absorb the food really fast, you're hungry again quickly. But if you eat fats like avocados, those toll gates close down. They slam shut. The hunger cars can't go anywhere. The highway's closed. And you absorb these fats slowly, and for that reason, they never allow the hunger switch back on again. You crave less foods, and you store less fat in your body. Now, Mark's created a 21-day plan, and you've broken it down into 3 simple steps for us. The first step is about adding an MCT fat to your breakfast to avoid that empty feeling you might get later in the day. What are these MCT fats?
So MCT fats are super fuels, Mehmet. They're super fuels that boost your metabolism, they cut your hunger, they even help your brain function better. And they all do that. Instead of making you fat, they make you thin. So eating fat makes you thin. It's the opposite of what we've all been told, right? thin. And the best fat is MCT fat. So MCT oil is refined MCT oil. Coconut oil is next, palm oil, and then butter. So
Explain to folks what MCT oil is. How's it different from other fats?
MCT oil is called medium chain triglycerides. And it's a special type of fuel that goes right into your bloodstream, and it actually speeds up your metabolism. It enhances fat burning, and it actually is a super fuel for your brain. So it really helps your body function better at every level.
And it's found in lots of different foods. So there's no magical way of getting this. It's about getting foods that naturally have these MCT oils. So some of the biggest success stories that Mark's been taking care of are going to actually tell the story for us. Lindsay joins us by videotape. She's going to show us the best way to add fats to breakfast. She just started your plan. Take a look.
Hi, Dr. Oz. Hi, Dr. Hyman. I've been eating fat to get thin now for the past 5 days, and I've already started seeing tremendous results. The first thing I did, I had to give my kitchen an oil change. So I'll just add a tablespoon of MCT oil to my green smoothie every morning. And by doing so, I realize that I stay fuller longer, and I have tremendous amounts of energy throughout the day.
So Lindsay made the green shake with the MCT oil. I'm going to try it in a chocolate. I'm curious about this taste issue because
It makes it creamy and delicious. You know, it really makes it yummy.
it tastes like a chocolate shake. It's not,
That's right. No.
not supposed to have a taste.
No, it has no taste, so you can put everything. It just makes it creamy and delicious.
You got a big chocolate thing here. It looks awkward. but
Yum.
Okay.
I'm gonna have some more.
All right. Step 2 is to replace your sweet fats with fat, so you don't get those big energy dips in the afternoon that make you hungry. So explain, if you can, what these sweet
So
fats
this
are.
is the big take home. Fat does make you thin, but not if you eat it with refined sugar and carbs. That's dangerous.
Let's quiz the audience. What if someone offers you a muffin? Does that sound like a good fat or a bad one?
That's a sweet fat, and you don't want to eat sweet fats because that pours on the pounds. So you want to
instead-
turn it off and have coconut butter. This is one of my favorites. It's creamy, it's sweet, it's delicious. You can put on apple slices. I just take it right out of the jar and eat it. I, in fact, have packets like in my pocket when I'm traveling.
Coconut butter?
Yeah, because if you put it in your pocket, it gets kind of warm and gooey,
Oh.
and you can squeeze it out. It's so good, and it cuts my hunger. It makes my brain wake up. If I'm going to give a lecture, I just take a little packet before, and it's delicious.
Unfortunate visuals I'll never forget.
I know.
They melt in your pants.
No,
I get
they
it. I
don't.
heard that. I got the whole thing. All right. Next, we're going to create a hunger ritual to shut down hunger cravings in the moment. You can pick whatever ritual you want, folks. Mark's going to give you the one that you wrote about in your book.
Yeah, this is the wet, dry, wet ritual. So first, most people can be often thirsty when they think they're hungry. So you want to drink something. So you can drink green tea, which has catechins, great antioxidants, also boost your metabolism, grate a little ginger in there, delicious drink, can cut your hunger. Next is my trail mix. And I love this trail mix because it's really easy to make. You take coconut flakes, which full of fat, right?
So you go from liquid to
dry.
Wet to dry.
Wet to dry. And I got nuts and seeds, almonds, you can put any nuts, and coconut.
And finally, a wet fat.
Avocados. Avocados are one of the best fat. It's really creamy. It's a monounsaturated fat. It's like olive oil. And you don't even have to make a big deal about eating it. You can just slice it in half. Are we going to do that?
We're going to do that because Janice is here.
Oh.
She lost 20 pounds on your plan.
Amazing.
Hey, there you are.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Janice.
Hi, Dr.
Good to see
Hyman.
you.
Good to see you.
So I think you have a unique way of preparing your wet fat. Now, how often do you have to go through this ritual to avoid your cravings?
You know, I love the packets. I love taking them with me. I do that a lot. So, great idea. So what we do is just called a 30-second avocado bowl. And we just cut the avocado in half, right?
Yep.
You can use, I just use this side for now, but you can take the pit out with your knife and just put some dressing in there.
And what's so great about it, it's fat on fat.
That's
right. It's avocados with olive oil, so you're getting lots of great fats.
Avocados are my favorite.
You ever crave carbs despite all this?
Oh, yeah, I do.
How many of you would crave carbs if I took them all away from you? All right. So many of you say living a life without carbs isn't worth living. When we come back, Dr. Hyman is going to share the carb loophole. It's like a tax loophole, but for carbs. It will keep you feeling full all day long and not put weight on you. And you have not heard of this one yet. I haven't. Stay with us.
Coming up next, finding it hard to give up those carbs completely? Mark Hyman tells us about a new carb that will keep you full.
It fixes insulin resistance, turns off the hunger switch, helps you burn more fat,
and keep your hunger in check. Coming up next.
Whoever said a doctor's visit isn't fun has obviously never been to the Dr. Oz show. Is that right? Make your appointment today. Go to droz.com/tickets and sign up for free tickets.
your favorite daytime stars, like you've never seen them before. Tamar Braxton.
I thought I had a cold. I was taking cough medicine.
The condition that almost killed her. Soap star Maurice Bernard.
One night, I got violent with my father.
His brutal battle with bipolar disorder.
I don't like to be that person. I just want to get fixed.
Inside the secret health battles they've been fighting behind the scenes. All New Oz.
This I've never talked about.
That's coming up on Thursday.
We're back with Dr. Mark Hyman, who's giving you the tools you need to turn off your hunger switch. Now, he's given us the 3-step strategy to use fat in a whole new way to flip that hunger switch. I know it's hard to give up the carbs, especially when we tell you to do it completely. It's impossible. Frankly, people feel down, depressed, they don't want to do that. So now I asked them to reveal the new carb that can actually turn off your hunger. You want to see it? Here it is. You can find it everywhere because it is a
potato. But it's not just the potato, it's actually what's in the potato, which is a type of starch called resistant starch that resists digestion. And actually it's this, which is potato starch. It's a white powdery substance, so it doesn't get absorbed. It doesn't get absorbed in your small intestine. It actually goes all the way through and fertilizes the good bugs in your gut, which actually fixes your metabolism. So it helps your metabolism get higher. It fixes insulin resistance, turns off the hunger switch, helps you burn more fat, and
so
feels
people
good.
can stop being afraid of potatoes.
Well,
you hear that, guys?
they can't be eating just like mashed potatoes and gravy.
How about French fries?
French fries, no. It's just the potato starch you want to take out of the potato, and then that's the thing you want to have.
You can't cook the potato so you can preserve some of that starch?
You can actually, if you slightly undercook the potato or a sweet potato, it's a little harder and crunchier, but it's actually got the resistant starch in it, so it actually works better for your body, and you won't gain weight with it.
Start cooking this. We'll come back to, all right, let's demonstrate why this works. It's a big issue, guys, because if you can actually take a little bit of potato, and the potato starch is one way of doing it, but I really like the idea of taking those little small potatoes, undercooking them, and here's why it matters. This is a very important little demonstration.
So this is regular carb.
This is your body, right? And your body is made up, as you know, of 26 feet of little tubes in there called intestines. Most of them are the small intestines, where most of the absorption takes place of the food.
And that's what turns on the hunger switch, by the way. If you eat a lot of refined carbs or sugar or starch, it goes into the small intestine, gets absorbed, and the insulin goes up, and that makes you hungry all the time, and it makes you store fat.
So, but you also have to eventually take the food through the large intestine. Now, of course, you can go pooping. So if you take regular carbs, let's say French fries, or white rice, or some things you shouldn't be eating, pizzas.
Exactly.
Put it in there, let's see what happens. Regular carbs go in there, they go to the small intestines, where they quickly go into the absorption part, and then the blood sugar goes skyrocketed high. And look, a little bit went towards your metabolism, and a little bit went towards your large intestine, but not much. Most of it got stuck right here. All right, now what happens? You put resistant starch like the potatoes in there.
So when you do that, it goes all the way right through into your large intestine.
And because of that, what's in the large intestines you're trying to do?
The large intestine's got all these bacteria, and this is like fertilizer for your good bacteria. And when you have the good bacteria in there, it actually helps your metabolism increase. And that'll help you lose weight.
And some of it, just notice some of it, besides increasing metabolism, went down into your poop here. Here, you want some of these? But this is important. You get a little discount. You don't absorb all the calories.
Dr. Oz just give me poop to eat? I don't know about that.
Take 2 more pieces.
Oh, all right.
Now, so let's go back to how we do this.
You must think I'm full of it. I don't know.
So you talked about potatoes themselves, but folks can also take potato starch. How do you actually do it in your own life?
So my own life, it's good to take it at night because it also helps you sleep. It calms your nervous system, helps you sleep. So I take a tablespoon and I put it, or a nice heaping tablespoon, I put it in water and I stir it up. Now, if you use a lot right away and you have bad bugs in your gut, the good bugs and bad bugs will duke it out and you'll actually feel like a war going on in there, bloating. But you start off slowly, build it up, you won't feel that. And it has no absorbable calories.
It's like a potato married milk.
Yeah, it's like a potato milk. Yeah, exactly. And I like it. It's a nice taste. It's kind of like creamy a little.
It might be a little bit of acquired taste. I could do this at night. This is, okay. Right. So we're not afraid of the old-fashioned potato anymore, folks. You can be relaxed about that. This actually tastes acceptably well that I would try this at night. I'm going to give it a shot. I love all these recipes. Now, for much more on potato starches and all of Dr. Hyman's super delicious foods and recipes, all his advice, here's what he's got. A brand new book out. It's called Eat Fat,
Get Thin.
Now, the audience seemed very engaged in this. What do you think about
I think everybody wants to eat more fat and get thin.
You guys want this book? All right, we're all going home with this brand new book. We'll be right back.
Next, has technology done a number on your eyes, creating daily strain? Better vision starts today. Olympic hockey player Megan Mickelson joins me to share the 3 things you can do to boost your eye health. Coming up next.
Charlie is back.
There were some reports that you sent angry texts, made some comments that were a little alarming for me to hear.
Is he ready to face his truth?
According to Denise, you said, I'm going to kill you and I'm going to kill your mom. I'm concerned as a father and a husband.
Was it a manic episode or a man on the edge?
It's claimed that you said it.
All new Oz.
What do you want to say to set the record straight about Denise and your kids?
Tomorrow on Dr. Oz.
Let's talk about our eyes. The glare of your computer screen, the hours spent on your tablets, and the small print on your smartphone. The strain we put on our eyes is getting worse and worse, but today I'm going to show you 3 things you can do to have healthier eyes and better vision. And I have a very special guest to help me out. Her keen sense of vision helped her win not 1, but 2 Olympic gold medals with the Canadian National Women's Hockey Team. Come on out, Megan Mickelson. Don't you wish you could skate out here?
Yeah.
You would have been out here already and back around me.
You bet.
So before you get to all these great hockey accomplishments, there's a new addition to your family.
There is, yes.
Now, I understand that you're about to put skates on him. Let me show a picture of everybody. There he is. So how long before he wears skates?
Well, if my husband has anything to do with it, he'll probably have skates on before he can walk. But we live in Canada, so hockey's, kind of a pastime and a tradition. So we'll probably put him in all sports, but he'll definitely be around the rink a little bit.
Yeah, her husband's a hockey player too. So that's what I know. So you've won 2 Olympic gold medals. Here's a picture of you sporting a nice cast with your gold medal.
Yeah, so it was 4 days before the gold medal game in Sochi. I broke my hand. So
you played through it.
I did, yes, yeah.
But taking care of your body is a big deal when you're a pro athlete.
It
is.
is
One of the reasons I love having athletes on the show, because you have insights into your body that a lot of us mix. And one of the biggest challenges in hockey, I find, is seeing that darn little puck. It's so quick. Don't you find that? It's moving around though so fast. So
small.
Part of the reason I wanted you here is I want to put your vision to the test. We're going to put you in your hockey gear.
Oh gosh.
And have you take shots at foods that are good for you, especially for your eyes. Can you do it? Are you up for it?
I hope so, yeah.
You got high heels on.
Yeah.
Come on over. How often have you used the hockey stick with high heels?
This will be a first.
The first time ever.
First high heels and hockey stick.
I love that.
Yeah.
The first time. And we've got 2 sticks here. Now, I am left-handed, and I only have right-handed sticks, so I'm at a disadvantage, but you got to protect me.
Is that your excuse?
That's my excuse. I'm making them already. There you are. All right, now, here's the deal. I'm going to put targets in front of you, and all you got to do is hit the right target. So we're going to start with leafy greens because they've got lutein in them, right? That reduces the chance of eye degeneration. Can you hit the leafy greens and put it in the net? Okay. Is she good enough? Oh, gosh. You know what? Give me the one that rolls. Thank you. All right. Almonds are good for eye health. That was too easy. We're going to have a moving target now. All right? Ready? Good for eye health. There it goes. Oh, don't you guys hate a show off? Now, hold on before you get up. I have a little surprise for you. Man, what's on your lap here, if you don't mind? Oh, what? Look at that. It's a blindfold. No. It's a
no.
Now, to show everyone the importance of their eyes when it comes to everything in life, we're going to blindfold you, Megan.
Oh, gosh.
And let's see how good you are now, superstar. Here, find the puck. I'll put it by your feet. There.
Can I peek out the bottom of this?
No, you can't peek. No cheating. You're an Olympic athlete. All right, there we are. Can she get it on? Yeah. Put it on goal. She got it still!
Did I get it?
She got it still. Come on over here. Now, there's something you can do. How'd you do that?
I have no idea. Fluke.
There's an instinct. Fluke. Eyesight would have been helpful, though, if you'd had it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So how do you take care of your body?
Well, as an athlete, obviously, it's very, very important to take care of your body, but it's also important to take care of your vision because, like you said, you're chasing that small puck all around the rink. So I rely on my USANA supplements, USANA Vision X, as well as the other supplements that I take to make sure that my body is getting the proper nutrition, but that my eyes are getting the proper nutrition as well. And I trust USANA. I've been taking it for a number of years now. I know that they use top-of-the-line ingredients, they're clean, and I know that they work really, really well. So USANA Vision X is amazing.
So let me talk a little bit about, you use the word trust a lot. There are trusted sponsorship partner as well. And USANA's daily supplement, Vision X, is a comprehensive eye health supplement. It contains a proprietary blend of nutrients to support good vision and help protect your long-term health, especially the health of your eyes. It contains something called lutein. That was in that spinach that Megan knocked down at the very beginning. It has zeaxanthin, right, at the amounts recommended by the National Institutes of Health for replenishing the macular nutrients in your eyes. That's the back part of your eye. It also contains additional antioxidants like the vitamin C that Megan knocked down as well, which she had blindfolds on. If it has bilberry extract for even more powerful protection. So I want to thank our trusted sponsorship partner. And you know what, thanks to them, you can all go to droz.com. And USANA is going to allow you to have a chance to win one of 1,000 bottles of Vision X. If you go to the website, all the instructions are on the page right now. And the studio audience, we would never forget about you. What do you think? Gift for everyone, you think? Yes or no?
I think so. I love the stuff, yeah.
All right, y'all going home with a bottle of Vision X as well. Megan, thank you for being here.
Thank
Congratulations
you,
and good luck.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back. Your favorite daytime stars, like you've never seen them before. Tamar Braxton.
I thought I had a cold. I was taking cough medicine.
The condition that almost killed her. Soap star Maurice Bernard.
One night, I got violent with my father.
His brutal battle with bipolar disorder.
I don't like to be that person. I just want to get fixed.
Inside the secret health battles they've been fighting behind the scenes. All new Oz.
This I've never talked about.
That's coming up on Thursday.
In breaking news today, the FDA announced plans to start testing certain foods for residues of the world's most widely used weed killer, glyphosate. The FDA is responding to your calls for transparency, and it's the first time in the agency's history that they're going to start testing for this glyphosate. So I wanted to hear from my audience on this headline making news. Have you guys heard of these weed killers? Yes. Okay. Well, Howie, what's your name?
Carmen.
Carmen. Would you want to know if that weed killer chemical was in your foods?
Definitely, and I want to know how important is it to know if there's residue from the weed killer in your foods?
So I suspect most of us want to know what's in our food anyway. This in particular is a concern because the World Health Organization has designated this glyphosate as a probable human carcinogen.
Definitely.
So it worries me, and I'm not alone with those concerns. Thank you for sharing that. Listen, the reason I love this show, and that's why this FDA decision is good news, is that you guys change behavior. When you guys say, I want things done, I want labels on packaging, or I want to know if something's toxins in my food, people start testing for it. You control your destiny by pushing the people who know what to do the right thing. Thanks for joining us today. And remember, happy and healthy, it starts at home.